Oh, and if anyone wants to know how I'm coping with the 911 mid-season break, I've started rewatching the One Chicago franchise, which I think tells you all that you need to know. Hi, I'm Claudia, and it's 2025. First of all, Happy New Year. Feel like I should say that. I mean, I'm filming this in 2024, but by the time you see this, it will be 2025. And honestly, this year has gone far too quickly, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I've got to get on with this because I literally only have half an hour to film this video, so come on, let's get going. In 2024, I spent most of my time reading fanfiction. Have I researched this? No, but is it probably true? Yes. I mean, I did a video a few months ago seeing how much fanfiction I can read in a week. You should definitely go check it out, by the way. I'll put it in the iCard up there. And I'll give you a few seconds to watch that because I am about to spoil that video. So if you want to go watch that video, go do it now, okay? Open it in a new tab and then come back. Have I given you enough time? I think I've given you enough time. Okay, anyway. In that video, in a week, I read over 1 million words. In fact, off the top of my head, I think it was about 1.2 billion. Which is a lot. And I didn't read a lot more fanfiction that week. Yes, I read more than average, but my average isn't that much less than that. So I'm estimating that I read about 40 million words of fanfic in the last year, which is a lot now I say it out loud. But when I started thinking about this, I started thinking about, oh, what do I want to do next year? So that's what this video is, my New Year's resolutions for fanfiction for 2025. And who knows, maybe I'll come back to this in like a year's time and react to it and say whether I did these things or not. Who knows? First thing is, I want to keep reading fanfiction. I don't want to necessarily read more fanfiction because I feel like that's a bit of an aspirational goal at this point. Like, I spend so much of my free time reading fanfiction already that I feel like reading more on top of that is too much to ask for. I just physically don't have the time for that. But I do want to read kind of the same average amount of fanfiction, so carrying on reading at the same pace is something I really want to do. I also want to branch out a bit more. I am someone who will reread the same fanfics over and over again because I love them so much. And while I do love rereading fanfics, I also want to read new stuff, you know? Like, maybe I'll try a tag that I didn't think I'd like, and maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, we'll see. I just want to try some new things, you know? My third resolution is the big one, and that is I want to write more fanfiction next year. Now, I haven't written fanfiction for the whole of 2024. I wrote fanfiction previously, but I haven't written it in the last year. And that's something I really want to start doing again. Like, I have so many ideas in my head that would make for great fanfics, and I just want to write them. Also, if I do end up writing anything, I'll probably make a YouTube video about it, so look out for that in the potential near future. As I previously mentioned, I have written fanfiction before. Way back in like 2022, 2023, I wrote an entire Wattpad fanfic. I took it down at like the beginning of this year, so don't even try and look for it, you can't find it anywhere. It was 40 chapters, and each chapter was about 1,000 words, so it ended up being about 40,000 words. I don't remember the exact amount of words it was, but it was probably around 40,000. And it was decently popular, you know? It got like 45,000 reads before I took it down, something like that. So if you ever read an MCYT platonic OC fanfic on Wattpad where the OC's name was Eliza and the fanfic was called Silver Tongues, that was me. I think my username was like Chronically Claudes or something back then, so you know, it's like kind of similar to This Is Claudes. But yeah, if you read that fanfic, that was my fic, and it's long since been taken down, so don't even look for it. I still have it like for myself, but I'm not posting it anywhere now. It was decent, but it wasn't like super good. Maybe that's just me being too critical of myself, but I didn't think the fanfic itself was, you know, that good. But, you know, it was maybe half decent. Lots of people read it, you know? And that fanfic took me about 6 months to write. So I started in December 2022, and then I finished it in like July 2023, which I think is just over 6 months, but you know, it's close enough to 6 months. And I loved writing it, you know? I used to post every Tuesday, so I would come home from school and literally write the chapter and then immediately post it. I never pre-wrote a chapter or anything. I remember one time I was going to see Harry Styles live in concert, and still, that morning, I spent an hour writing an update for my fanfic. That's just how much I love doing it. I just really wanted to share it with everyone because I'd been thinking of that idea for like years by that point. But now it's been 1.5 years since I finished that fanfic, and I don't really have anything else up. The Wattpad account I used to write on there has literally nothing up because I haven't written anything on Wattpad. I have, however, written an AO3 fanfic, which will be down by the time I post this video. I'm not leaving it up for you all to read. Also, if you hear this like clicking in the background, this is the radiator behind me. My house makes weird noises, okay? It's bad. It's just bad. It's only got, I think, like 6 chapters up, and that was mainly because it was a Harry Potter Next Gen fic, which basically means I have to come up with the plot myself, which is really hard, okay? But I last updated that fanfic at the end of December of 2023. So it's been a year, and there were a few people, you know, who read it and commented on it and left kudos on it, which I very much appreciate, but I just kind of don't see a future for that fanfic, so I will be taking it down. And I've already said it was only like 6 chapters, but I'm pretty sure it was like 30,000 words or something stupid, because I was writing like 5,000 words per chapter. Why did I do that? I don't know. It was way too much. I was going way too into detail on things. But that means it's pretty much been a year since I wrote anything. At all. And the degree I'm doing is very much in the science field, so I don't exactly do a lot of creative writing for that. So I feel like it would be a good outlet for me to do some creative writing, and now I have time, I think I should. I have literally no uni work to do, so I feel like writing fan fiction will stop me from just spending all day in bed, so, you know. I have so many ideas, especially 911 ideas. I have so many buddy fanfic ideas just swirling around in my head, and one of them is like an 8B speculation fic, so I have to write that before March. Oh, and if anyone wants to know how I'm coping with the 911 mid-season break, I've started rewatching the One Chicago franchise, which I think tells you all that you need to know. Also, the new season of all the One Chicago shows still isn't out in the UK. I'm dying over here, so I decided to rewatch it because, you know, why not? But I think with writing, I'll start off with some one-shots, you know, kind of ease myself into it, or maybe 2 shots, or just some shorter fanfics, so I don't feel the pressure of writing a, like, really long one. And I'm promising myself that I won't start uploading it until I have at least 5 chapters written. That means that I can upload the first chapter and then work on the 6th, and then I still have stuff to give, like, consistent updates. And I don't get stuck in, like, the time pressure of trying to write a new chapter before everyone starts asking where's the new chapter, you know what I mean? But I really do want to start writing again, because creative writing has been something that I've always enjoyed. Like, when I was a kid, creative writing was my favourite thing in the world. I just loved reading books so much that I desperately wanted to write my own. For a minute when I was like 7, I wanted to be an author, but also around that time I wanted to be like a zookeeper and an astronaut, so don't take that too seriously. And then when you get to secondary school, you don't do as much creative writing. At least at my school, we did a lot more essay writing than we did creative writing. Like, you do have to do a piece of creative writing in your GCSE English exam, but like we barely prepared for it. But like that's one thing when you have to write like 10 different essays, so obviously you're going to focus more on the essays. So once at my school you get past like year 9, you don't really do creative writing anymore. So when I started writing fanfiction, I hadn't done proper creative writing since I was about 14 years old, and I started my first fanfic 2 months before my 18th birthday. So I was like a 17-18 year old writing in the same style I did when I was 14, because I didn't know any different. But because I started writing then, I've kind of now developed my own style and I know how to write better. Like, I am by no means the best creative writer in the world. I'm more average, but I do think it will be good for me as a person to be able to just have the freedom to write whatever I want. Because being creative isn't something I tend to do on a daily basis. Unless you count my TikToks as being creative, which I personally don't. Like, they're all under 10 seconds. It doesn't take me that long to come up with an idea. Side note, follow me on TikTok, you know, link down below. And also, I know I've said, like, if I do write any fanfiction, I'll probably make a YouTube video about it, but that won't be for at least a few months yet. So if you are a 911 fan and want to read my potential buddy fanfics, my username on AO3 is just This Is Claude's. This Is Claude's literally everywhere except Instagram. So if you search This Is Claude's on any social media website except Instagram, you'll find me. But just be aware, if you're watching this video when it comes out, there probably won't be anything on my AO3 profile. Like I mentioned before, I'm taking down my old fanfic because it's just not very good, okay? But there will hopefully be more fanfic soon. And then I have one more resolution, but it's kind of not completely fanfiction related. It's like fanfiction adjacent, okay? So my last resolution is to carry on with this YouTube channel. I know it might not seem like much to most of you, but I love making these YouTube videos so much. Just being able to talk about something I'm interested in for however long I want to and then have people see it makes me really happy. And I know there's not many of you who watch these videos. Hi, if you're seeing this. But I don't want to just give up because there's not many people here. I want to keep going. So I'm going to keep going. Hopefully. My like video every 2 weeks schedule is working out pretty good right now, so I'm probably going to carry on with that. And I'll just, you know, keep making videos about fanfiction or anything else you want me to make videos about. Leave a comment if there's something you specifically want me to make a video about. I mean, I am planning on a couple of videos that aren't fanfiction related, but most of them will be, you know? So yeah, those are my fanfiction based New Year's resolutions for 2025. Hopefully I'll have a great year, read a bunch of new fanfiction and write a bunch of fanfiction. I'm also turning 20 next year, which is kind of insane. Like, in my head, I'm 16, not 19, almost 20, so it's kind of messing with me a bit. Like, I'm not mature enough to be a 20-year-old. Who's decided this? But who knows, maybe being 20 will be good for me. Maybe it will help me write a bunch of amazing fan fiction. I don't know how it would help, but maybe it will, who knows. Before I go, sorry, I know I've been yapping for a bit, but my family are getting a dog in like a week as I film this. This is very, very exciting for us. Like, I've never had a dog, ever. So we're very excited, but also, it's going to be harder to film videos. I film these videos when I'm home alone because my family don't know about my YouTube channel. So obviously if I'm home alone, I'm now going to be looking after the dog rather than having, free time to film these videos. We do have plans to like take the dog out places, so hopefully I can just like stay home and film a video. So we should be good, fingers crossed. But if you want updates as to when there's a new video coming out, check my YouTube community tab. I put all my updates on there. And just before a new video comes out, I also post on my TikTok stories, so check there as well. But yeah, now I have to do the awkward thing and ask you to maybe like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more fanfiction based videos, or just more of me. And if you have any New Year's resolutions for 2025, leave them down in the comments below. Or if you have something that you want me to make a video on, leave that in the comments too. There'll be links down below to my TikTok, Twitter and Blue Sky if you want to follow me on there. As I said before, I post TikToks almost every single day, all to do with fan fiction, so if you like this video, you'll probably enjoy it over there. I'm not super active on Twitter and Blue Sky these days, but I'm trying to be more active, so feel free to follow me on there. And finally, I just want to say I hope you have a really lovely 2025. It's a new year, go out and do some new things. So yeah, I've been Claudia, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye!